I'm your host, Biggie Smoke. We are here for Stage 6. After the slight crash out that was Stage 5, we are back, and hopefully this time, ready to do well in a stage, because those last two have been brutal. But this isn't going to be an easy one. It's a very heavily sand and dune-based stage, and so I have a feeling this is definitely going to be a haven for mistakes if I make some unnecessary, like, little mess-ups or miss checkpoints and stuff, so we'll see how we can do. 350 kilometers, so it's a fairly long stage. I definitely don't feel it's going to be an easy one, but we're going to have to see. But I guess we'll figure that out. So, there's no point yapping about it. Let's just go in and do it. Alright, so we've got the bike, mechanic looking over it. I know this is going to be a very heavy dune-based stage, so with that in mind, I'm going low on tire pressure for grip, and probably as loose as we can on the suspension. So this bike's probably not going to be the most fun to handle, but it's probably... Oh, I forgot to look at the road book to even see what the full readout of the stage is going to be. Well, we're going into it blind. Oh well. I mean, I'm basically going into it blind anyways, every time. You know, I can only get so much information from quickly scrolling through the road book. I won't really know what this stage is like until I actually ride it, so... Only one way to find out what we're getting ourselves into. We're starting on road, though, which is alright. Alright, so it's this way. Okay. Twisties. A little bit of twisties. Hate how close to the edge of that page the twisties icon was, though. Made it feel like it was going to be a different road, so I was getting prepared to be like, oh god, what am I going to come into? No, it's fine. That's actually the edge of the map over there. So we're starting like right up to the edge of the actual like Riyadh area. What the? Missed the turn. My bad. Veggie. Missed the turn. It's alright though. We must turn to 240 now. And get down with the sickness. Dude, we are so close to the edge of the game map. I'm shocked it's actually like letting us out here. Just a big wall of just dune. Yeah, that's what the end of the game map, by the way, looks like. That's what the end of an area map looks like. It's just a big wall of dune. I mean, it's an okay way of doing it, because, you know, they could just stop rendering it. It's just a space of air, so... At least they tried to do something for it. I mean, it still looks weird, but... Regardless, the edge of a map's always going to look kind of weird. Down to 125. Give me that. Now, the stage is extremely open with the dunes and sand and stuff, so getting lost is a very real possibility. So that's something I have to be mindful of. while riding in this stage. Hopefully it won't be too much of a problem, but I guess we'll find out. Oh wow, I turned very early. I thought I was more online than that. Anyways, 216. So let's try and stay semi in line with the cap heading. Good way, 163. .74. Dunes on the left side. I think I might be way off. I guess we'll see. Yeah, it was pretty damn off. It's now 162. .4175 will be going in between two sets of dunes as we're going over a dune, so that's something to consider. 167. So this is the dune I think we're going over. And then we should be going in between. Yeah. In this little, in this little gully. Now turn around 276. That'll be next checkpoint, maintain heading 276. If, of course, I actually got that right, which I didn't, but anyways. Now back to 276, maintain heading, then 278. So basically, still maintain heading. It's a very small turn. It's not much of a turn, to be completely honest with you. Now 278, I'm just gonna go that way a little bit to try and get a little reset on the direction I'm going. That was a triple caution. I'm lucky I landed as soft as I did. .21. I don't see a warning for any big jumps or signs of danger, so hopefully that remains true, but I guess that'll be something to see. I'm gonna assume 356 here. .55. Caution, single caution. Seems like a slight intersection with a trail or something. That or a big dip, 342. .18. .35. 347, we're just going to try and stay nice and calm this round. No use trying to overdo it over bumps, stuff, and risk destroying the bike. I'm just going to keep a nice, relaxed, calm air about us through this stage. That's the plan. And if something happens, something happens. No use crying over spilled milk. Let's just do the best that I can do. Let's focus on me and not on the competition this stage. Because I think I've spent too much time focusing on the competition, not enough time focusing on me, myself, and where I need to be. Double caution. Turn to 104. Get blinded by the sun. Then we'll be turning single caution dune. 175. Now I'll be returning to road real soon. 111. Onto road. Alright. So, rock on left side, double caution, single caution. I'm going to try focus on reading the road book a little more this time around, because that was the mistake I made the last couple of stages, which has costed me massively in time. So if there's moments where I'm a little silent, that's probably because I'm actually trying to focus. Trying to get a little more focus on the road book and more so actually actively make it to the finish. Wow, these roads, holy. I'm gonna have a red ass after this one. Man, it's a suspension tester's haven though, I'll tell you that much. Anybody who does suspension testing for vehicles, you might want to come over here. This is torture. This isn't even suspension testing. This is just torture testing at this point. It'd be nice to have a co-driver telling me that this is bumpy throughout. Is that an Audi? I've never seen a car. I've caught up to a car. That's not an Audi at all. That is a completely different... I thought I was going the wrong way. Nah, he was turning to let me by. So now I'll be moving the traces, and traces can be hard to see. Thankfully, these ones aren't. There's a turn at some point, and then some place is supposed to branch out. Not going the right way. There was supposed to be a weird cutoff point, and then we branched out. Huh. I don't see that. 'Cause this is where the corner ends. So wait. Where's the branch out point? So we're supposed to go this way. Oh, there is no branch out point. You're just supposed to turn this way. Okay. Never mind. I see QT traces. Alright, little time waster there. That's my bad. That's annoying. It's okay. Like I said, just making some amateur mistakes right now, but that's okay. That's okay. Stuff happens. These stages are brutally difficult. especially when you're not at the top of your game. The thing is, I want to talk to keep this engaging, but just some of these stages, like these Riyadh ones, brutally difficult when you're not paying attention to the littlest thing. $128. Oh, I do not like these dunes, though. Brutal on my suspension, let me tell you. Six. Get a little scarily close to that rock, though. It looked like I was far away, but trust me, with these brakes, you never know if you're actually going to have enough to stop in time. You never truly know. Especially with the history I've had on the brakes, I'd rather play it safe than sorry, all things considered. Even if that means losing a couple seconds, it's a big stage. So, losing a couple seconds to then maybe get a little bit of an advantage, I think, in my opinion, is worth it. Triple caution! Triple caution! However, I do see another car. So I don't know if the cars are just really struggling on this stage, or if I'm flying through it. Because that's another car. I'm going to keep following this way. Something tells me this is the way to keep following, because it didn't show an intersection in one of the checkpoints, which should mean that there shouldn't be a checkpointed intersection. Okay, there probably was. Or I just didn't go far enough in the corner. Alright, that was the checkpoint. That was a roadbook error right there. The roadbook didn't tell me that there was a corner that I had to I had to take the actual intersected way. Whoa! Come on, man, that's not the stage. I definitely got I'm lucky I didn't get bad damage from that, but damn. Stay on the road. Holy shit. That could have been a run ender right there. It could have killed me. My God. Where to learn the drive? I think he's trying to let me through because he knows I'm faster, but I would have just went around. He did not have to do all that. Oof, almost died there. I am a lucky son of a gun. Because that could have been much, much worse. I could have been thrown off the bike. I could have been very badly damaged. But I definitely probably have some more damage now, which means I'm going to have to be a little bit carefuler throughout the rest of the stage. That wasn't my fault, though. That was one of those times where it really was not my fault. Get that man banned from the rally permanently. He has a vendetta against dirt bikers, bro. Look, I get it. We don't have to ride at a speed limit like you guys, but still. Grow up, man. Damn. No need to kill me over it. What is worth the first... What about not being able to follow a speed limit is worth a first-degree murder charge? That's crazy. That wasn't even unintentional. You can't tell me that was unintentional. That was straight on purpose. That man wanted me dead. Did one of the bike riders pay him? He had to have been paid off, bro. No way. No way that was not on purpose. You cannot convince me that was not on purpose. If you're gonna do the reverse thing, I might as well just enter in at the speed so I don't have as much reversing to do. There we go. What are we looking like? Okay, I got out of that really well. I'm lucky. I got out of that really, really well. Oof. Crazy son of a bitch. What an asshole. Hard left turn, there'll be a split off where there's traces. That's the traces right there. It'll be a very hard left turn. Right there. Alright, awesome. And now it's going to get twisty, and then we'll be turning this way. More twisties. You want me to go off-road? Okay. Okay, that was vegetation, not rocks, thank God. I was gonna be like, if that's rocks, that's a huge no-go for me, dog. I mean, there was a rock there, but, like, those little things were rock. I'm like, that will destroy everything if all those are rocks. 233. $327. $347. $56. Oh, a little too much. Now we're just going to be calm. So yeah, this is quite the stage. Very heavily off-road based, which is partially a good thing, partially a bad thing. The good news about it being heavily off-road based is mentally, I now know I need to be more careful, and I'm not trying to overdo it as much. Downside is, these stages do feel like they take forever, and these sections can get a little bit tedious at times, because there's really nothing more to see than, well, dunes. Dunes, dirt, and sand. The legendary combo. 73. 120. Back onto road for a very, very, very short period of time, and then we'll be back off-road again. So enjoy the short off-road sections while we have them, because most of the stage is not this. Very close to that tree there. A little closer than I would have liked to be, but we are okay. 35. 105. 21. Very close checkpoints. Which honestly, in a dune stage, close checkpoints are a nice relaxation in a way, because at least you know you're not going to get too lost or get too far off where you have to worry about, oh, am I going to miss the read-off point? Because if you do that, then you're not going to get the thing on top of your screen or on your compass that tells you, hey, checkpoint's this direction. So that is the one advantage of short checkpoints. You don't have to worry about that stuff. Really good job of watching out for the triple caution there. I just saw that rock last second. That would have been brutal. That would have been one of the most depressing deaths in the Dakar rally of all time. I was going to have my name forever remembered as the guy that scraped the rock and died. Anyways, we stick to our goals, and the goals ultimately finish the rally. I was supposed to do this yesterday, but I decided not to. I figured I'd take a day break, see if I'd get a little mental reset in there. Get kind of back into the whole thing. Figured maybe I was having a little bit of difficulty. Maybe I just wanted to take a day off of this, which is what I did. And we'll see if that was the right choice or or it really didn't matter. There's only really one way to find that answer out, though. Oh, T36. Do not move up in their page. Then it'll be 237. Nice and smooth. Watch the triple cautions. $187. 183. Extreme levels of camber. 255. 247. Now, mind you, IRL, this was the rally that ultimately made all the competitors say it's too easy. We want a more difficult rally. Because 2020 and 21 ones before this were a lot more difficult. So they made the rally a little bit easier. I think it was an attempt to try and make it slightly more competition oriented, but I don't know. Regardless, they did all that. I don't really know if it actually meant much in terms of straight competition, but I do think that was kind of what they were going for. With this rally. They're trying to make it a little more competitive. So, less chances to get lost, slightly easier layout. It's more about what time you get to the finish, so it was more welcoming to racing. I don't know about... It wasn't necessarily better, though, in terms of navigation. Okay, I thought that was deep water. That did not look like... very relaxed water to me. Free. Cap free. Free. $47. Onto road. A little more road at the end of the stage, which I'm not really complaining about. It is nice. A little more relaxing, although we'll be immediately going off again once we get the chance. Water splash, go left. $267. Ooh, $267. Wow. Hello. 255. $266. $264. Go to free 18. Lots of cautions, which is something I'm a little bit scared about in a stage like this. Free 18. A little bit of camber, albeit it's not mentioned, but it's there. Most annoying part about the Riyadh stages. The non-marked checkpoints in the off-road sections. Because you can very easily get a little too far off and then make a big mistake or just drain time, bleed time for those. Again, it's part of the navigation challenge, so I understand it. You don't want this rally to be a total pushover, but It is nice to have the checkpoints to help you out a little bit, but... It's up to how the organizers set up the event. Wow, I was way off. Something that said 109, that was not 109 at all. Really? An unmarked checkpoint on a transition to road. That's odd. I would never expect to see that one. An unmarked checkpoint on a transition to road. Seems very unusual. Hello, Quad. Breezeway Bio will immediately going off-road. $6 Like, what's even the point of having those road sections? It's like two kilometers. Like, what's even the point? Well, I mean, IRL, I guess 2 kilometers is a lot longer, but still. It is a strange one, though. But... Bro, I almost had a massive brain fart for a second. I thought I was way farther off, because I thought it went up to like 500 degrees all of a sudden. That was pretty funny. Thank God the cap is the thing I pay the most attention to. Well, it's the thing you should be paying the most attention to. The road book and the cap heading, the two most important things you must never, ever make the mistake of neglecting. But of course, never pay too much attention to the cap. Always make sure to kind of look at the road book too, because that does give you some landmarks or at least a couple ideas where you are. So in the dunes, a lot of times it doesn't, but there are a few times where you could use that info to say, okay, this is where I need to be at. I need to be here or here, yada yada. So don't take the road book for granted. It is a very helpful tool. Like here, I know I have 2 single dunes that I'm getting through. That's 1. That's 2. I also know this checkpoint, I'm way off for this checkpoint. But regardless, 275. The thing is, though, sometimes unintentionally going off the road book a little bit actually can be useful. Because as long as you're close enough to the checkpoint, you're not going to get too lost. And you might actually get around some dunes that could do some damage to the suspension, or could just create a few little problems here and there. So, in a way, sometimes avoiding the main route can actually be an advantage. Now, I'm not saying you should make a habit out of it, because then you're very easily going to find yourself lost. Wow! How is my bike okay? Wow, maybe KTM did give me a new bike. I don't know how it's okay after that. Such a hard drop. I don't know how it survived that drop with 0 damage. Made by suspension out of vibranium. I don't know what to say. That's impressive. 131. Is the stage ending off-road, or is it ending on-road? That is one thing I don't know. Oh, wow, okay. Wow, holy rock. Why was that there? Okay. Okay, we are okay. Wow. That was scary. I just saw that rock last second, like, pop over the hill. My God. I did not like that. That was a jump scare. That's a way to make your heart sink into your fucking stomach. Wow. My God. I did not see that. So now it should be road to the finish, considering there's no big checkpoints, and there's always 99 times out of, like, 2,000. 99 times out of, like, 5. There will always be a checkpoint before you split off-road. So my assumption is, from road to the finish, for the most part, most Dakar stages in the Saudi Arabian area are like road to finish. They follow trail or road or traces to finish. It's very rare the finish will just be in an open area. Since that can usually lead to just entering the finish line wrong. Regardless, we are right there. No penalties this time. Probably a second place. Probably a second, fourth. Okay. Not bad. Not a bad stage. Considering it's all off-road, I'll take a fourth place in a like 99.9% in like a 70% open area stage. Oh yeah, no, I was not getting another. I probably could get another 2.5 like free minutes, but that's just not good. Van Beveren too. Van Beveren, that's annoying. And Skylar Howes too, that's annoying that they're both over me. But besides that, most of the other guys that did really good in that one stage I dropped a bunch of time did terrible here. Sometimes it's just consistency too. Some people have won the rally without even like, in time without even winning like a stage. So, I'll take it, it's not bad. I'm going to take a screenshot of that because I now need to mark down my next times after round 8. Alright then, so, not a bad stage at all, 38.53. I will take that. So, not on the podium today, but a good stage nonetheless. I finally brought home a stage. I've had a really big mistake, and I'll take that. So, I'm your host, Biggie Smoke. That was stage 6 of this Dakar adventure, and it actually went okay this time around. So, I'll take it. It could have been so much worse. So, thank you for watching. I'll catch you in the next one. Stage 7.